Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Lydian triads. We're going to try to cover as many as we can, and I try to keep things under 10 minutes and not as much material as possible, because I believe learning, as again I say, takes place in small steps. So let's cover Lydian. The beginning example was Lydian, then it transitioned. I did that for a demo for something, and it's weird because I normally don't write that kind of music, but I do for demos. So Lydian, the sharp 4, we got a major 1, a major 2, a minor 3, a diminished 4, a major 5, a minor 6, and a minor 7. Okay. So Lydian in general, in my honest opinion, is one of those, well, it's just alternate between 1 and 2, and we'll talk about this in a second. Okay, 1 and 2. I'll just alternate, and I'll just kind of continuously play between these. It has almost an unfinished sound. I call Lydian unstable because there's no strong resolution. So this is actually a desired effect sometimes. And that's one of the reasons I personally use it, is that strong emotional sound it has by not having a strong resolution. It's very emotional. It can be very uplifting. Well, we'll get into the feels later, but another common thing to do is use the pedal point. Film composers love this. Sounds very dreamy, right? So no resolution though. There's no strong resolution. So now when I personally use it, I would usually transition to it and use it as a temporary section. It creates that very dreamy effect. I don't normally personally stay in Lydian for very long. So I'm probably going pretty fast, but let's use some kind of inversion. That was kind of sloppy, but okay. You could pedal point on the C, okay? The 5th of the Lydian root. That works. So we did a 1, 2, 1 first inversion, 2 first inversion, 1 second inversion. Like I said, not all ideas are the best. So pedal pointing on the C, okay? That's a very common thing to do too. Well, on the 5th, I mean. So let's add another chord, the 7 chord. And I apologize if I'm going fast, but we've covered this in the previous episode. So let's do 1, 2, 7, 1. Now this has a very unfinished sound to it. No strong resolution, which kind of leaves your listener hanging. Oops, my sound cut out. Leaves the listener hanging, which is actually a desired effect, especially if you're a film composer or something, or even a rock musician. This is actually a very desirable effect, or a pop or whatever. We don't have that strong resolution at all. It's just a constant yearning. So it's just 1 and 2 and 7 of Lydian. Those are the only chords used there. So a constant yearning. So maybe at this point we have enough chords to create a rise, just a walking rise. So I'll just do that. Just with 3 chords. And you could keep going if you wanted, but I'll leave it there. So that's very common to do with Lydian too, is 1, 7 first inversion, 1 first inversion, 2 first inversion, 1 second inversion, 2 second inversion, 7, 1, and you could just keep walking up if you wanted to. So now you could create these stepwise progressions, stepwise sequences, so it gives you the illusion that there's more chords. So let's deal with the 3 chord. The 3 chord kind of adds a sentimentality to it. Let's just alternate between 1 and the 3 chord. Actually, I used the 2, I'm sorry. Actually kind of sounds slightly sad. And very unfinished, okay? That's the beauty of Lydian, is that unfinished sound, yearning. 1, 3, 2, 1. That's all I did there. And so my personal way to use it would probably be to transition into that. So, but maybe something like right here. This kind of sticks us in that very kind of slightly sad yearning sound, or of yearning. Let's just use that. I hate descriptive words. So that's all we're doing. When I transition to it, it sounds very lovely. So we've covered 4 chords so far, the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 7. So let's just leave it here, and we'll take the next episode and move on to the other 3 chords. And I don't want this to be over 10 minutes, so and I don't want to present too many ideas or moves at once. So, and I also showed you the way I would personally use them. But if you're into rock and pop and whatnot, these continuously yearning progressions are actually very effective in keeping your listener drawn in. So if that's the style you choose, then you definitely use Lydian. It's a very magical mode. Anyway, let's go to the next episode.